Shalom out there. All praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Recha Kodash. Double honor to the elder apostles of the Great Millstone, GMS, who rule well, who teach well. Peace, blessings, and mercy to the Bayath Shah Dawadah, the house of David, scattered abroad throughout the four corners of this world. Abba Ratazah, which means Father willing. So, Father willing, you'll be edified at the end of this lesson. So this is an article, and I've got another one from the same source, thepeoplesvoice.tv, and I like to go on this website because it's fact checked, all right, by the People's Voice community, okay. And these are things that they purposefully do not bring out in the mainstream news, all right. And that's why it's important to watch as well as pray, okay, because all these things, that have been deliberately kept behind, kept beneath, kept in the shadows is coming to light, as it's written, for there's nothing uncovered that shall not be revealed. All right. Okay. Roughly paraphrasing. So, hey man, another L down is coming, and you can see from this article, the headline, the UK issues new fill in the blank warning. All right. Hey man, we've been telling you, man, these pestilences, they're here to stay, especially the crown. All right. That ain't going away. Okay. At work, I see more. If I looked at it properly, all right, because I didn't really I looked at it from the back, and I'm sure it is what I think it is to be. I'm seeing more crown kits again. Them testing things of the sea boogie. You know what I mean? All right. So these devils are planning and plotting. All right. So it says, what hasn't disappeared, and cases are starting to rise once again, according to the media reports. And I'll put this article in this description box beneath. And this was put up today, 19th of April, 2025. All right. Oh dear, they must be getting desperate for people to roll their sleeves up. So you know what's coming, man. All right. Scripture says, never trust thine enemy. All right. So, we know where they're heading. And before I go further, in fact, let me just get the book of First Peter, chapter 5 and verse 8. And it reads, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Right, and the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan is E. Okay? Because the spirit, that can't, pick up a knife and juke you with it. All right? But rather it hops on people. All right? Because the spirit is not tangible, it's not flesh. But people are flesh and they can do something to you physically. All right? So that spirit, these evil spirits are hopping on people to do things. And E, all right, is doing the bidding of the spiritual demon Satan, man. All right? So he's seeking whom he may devour. Let's get the Greek word for the word vigilant. Strong's G 1127.
Strong's G 1127. Gregareo. Gregareo.
All right. It sounds like the name Gregory. All right. I think in Russian it's pronounced Grigori, like you have Grigori Rasputin. Well, he's somewhere else. But yeah, it goes into to watch, metaphorically, give strict attention to, be cautious, active. All right. So, we're watching, what these devils are up to, what they're doing. And we're giving strict attention, and we're warning our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, of what's to come down the pipeline, man. All right. Especially when it comes to Bible prophecy. All right. Because we're in the last days. Definitely. It says to take heed lest through remission and indolence some destructive calamity suddenly overtake one. Yeah. Okay. Remember, 2020, they just suddenly locked down the earth. All right? All of a sudden like that. Didn't expect it. You see? All they need is another, false flag, another excuse, and then, hey, they'll do the same thing again. Okay? Because even after the first L down, they had a couple other, mini ones as well. All right? All right, they're setting up, they're throwing all sorts of stuff in the air. All right, these devils have tainted up the world, destroyed the world, man. Soil depletion, okay, near extinction of countless species of living organisms, okay. All right, soil erosion, all sorts. All right. All sorts of stuff they're cooking up in the lab. New figures say that cases have more than doubled since January this year, and this is apparently because immunity from the you-know-what is waning. The number of hospital patients in England testing positive for fill in the blank increased by 7% in the week to Sunday, April 6th, as the positivity rate rose from 4.2% to 4.5%, according to the latest figures from the UK Health Secretary Agency. This compares to a positivity rate of just 2.2% in early January, when fill in the blank hit its lowest level for at least 2 years, where around 1 in every 330 people were infected. Okay? And we're not ignorant to Satan's devices whatsoever. Alright? Although the current level is barely a quarter of what it was at the height of last summer, Brits are being advised to not be lulled into a false sense of security. Although another, open quote, you-know-what level crisis like in 2020, end quote, is unlikely, Dr. Wiley believes those most likely to catch new thingy are those who have not received a recent... So, they're going to push these more and more, right? Though things are going to come back in your face, things like that, all right? Distancing, all right? Data from the UK Health Security Agency based on the 2024 spring you-know-what program showed those who received the you-know-what were more than 40% less likely to be admitted to hospital with thingy for up to 2 months after their you-know-what compared to those who did not receive one. And it's the things that's doing the damage. Like we always say, man, people are still dropping afterwards. Athletes in their 20s, 30s. Not just athletes, but rappers, entertainers, celebrities, healthy people. The bodies are not the same. Okay? We warned our people not to take it. Doesn't matter if you heathen take it. You can take as many as you like. Alright? And even some of them didn't. Okay? So yeah. Dr. Wiley says seasonal changes and increased indoor social mixing can contribute to the spread, which are much like we see with other respiratory viruses. Right? People heart problems, all right, myocarditis, people having brain aneurysms, from the thing in their body, man. It's altered their DNA for the worse. Common symptoms include a sore throat, cough, congestion, fatigue, and sometimes a fever or loss of taste or smell, though the latter is less frequent now. All right, this devil destroying everything, the food and everything. All right, he's weaponized everything, man, against us. All right, he's against nature. Okay. So that's that. All right. Scripture talks about science falsely so called. All right. Oh. This is the other one. All right. I won't be long on this at all, man. Oh boy, you know who, man. So, this individual, Insider, presents proof. You know what, people? Emitting Bluetooth signals with secret fill in the blank unalive dates, in quotes. They told us it was about public health, about saving lives, but behind the polished speeches and carefully crafted narratives, something far more sinister was taking shape. For over a decade, Gil Bates and his network of unelected technocrats have poured billions into merging man with machine, right? And don't forget, they were saying, hey, so-called black, so-called Native Americans, so-called Hispanics, you need to take the crown thingy first, all right? The Bill and Melinda Foundation, okay? But through covert experimentation on the global population and after 2021, something changed quietly, permanently. Now embalmers, coroners, and insiders are sounding the alarm, or coroners, reporting bizarre unnatural changes in the bodies of the recently deceased. Okay? Strange synthetic fibers, magnetic anomalies, and even evidence suggesting embedded microstructures that shouldn't be there. Before I go further, man, let's get the book of Prophet Isaiah, chapter 32, and verse 5, and it reads, "The vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against Ha'adawan Yahweh, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. That's E to a T. Okay? He practices hypocrisy. He works iniquity. All right? They bring their workings, into light. Okay? All right? Verse 7, the instruments also of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. Okay? Oh, you take the juice. Okay? All right? We'll give you certain discounts, on cinema tickets. All right? Take the juice. All right? Okay? You'll be able to travel again and things like that. Okay? You'll be able to go here and there and do this and that. You see? And these are all the lines, the words of the wicked man. All right? What if the you-know-what aren't just victims of a rushed medical experiment, but unwilling participants in a live global test? What if the human body has already been upgraded without your permission? Yeah. See? I won't go into all of it, but yeah, man. And I'm noticing more and more 5G towers popping up. I'm seeing them more and more. Right? Especially as I, move about. Okay. Flipping, and when I was in the car earlier today, man, damn motorbike clipped into our car. All right. Just want to share that with you, man. Flipping retarded them. That's why it's imperative to pray before leaving the house. Pray for protection. All right. Pray for the elect. Okay, because there's all sorts of demons jumping on people to just swerve into lanes and do all sorts of madness. Okay, thinking that they've got something to prove. Retarded, man. And then they're the ones thinking that you're in the wrong when it's them. These heathens need putting back in their place, I'm telling you. Especially this twat on the screen. So yeah. And we know the scriptures. We have, all right. So I just wanted to quickly highlight this one. All right, and again, I'll put this in the description box beneath, and you can look into it. Okay, because these deceased people, man, all sorts of clots and things are found in their bodies that weren't there prior to them taking the crown things. Okay, lying words, man. All right, words softer than oil, smoother than butter. You see? Shalom.